All right, I am not speaking for myself. I am an associate professor, which makes me a dinosaur in this institution. And I am not an administrator, but I know enough about leadership to know that any system which the top is enriched on the exploitation of the bottom is unsustainable and will fail.
That's right.
Woo! So I am here to read for an adjunct colleague of mine. Her name is Gabrielle Freeman, and you're actually, it's a shame you're not going to actually hear her speak. I'm a poor facsimile. I'm going to read it in the first person because that's how she's written it. Thanks for being here, and thanks to Amanda and everyone who helped out for organizing this Adjunct Action Day. We've heard a lot about the effects of adjunct working condition on students, and I'd like to comment on that today too. But first I'd like to tell you a little bit about my story. I'm Gabrielle Freeman, and I have been a teaching instructor in the English department here at ECU for 7 years. I am a first-generation college graduate. When I was growing up, my mom worked in factories in Southern California like Wilshire Foam and Honeywell, where she assembled timers for bombs. My dad was a baggage handler for Delta Airlines for 35 years. My parents lived paycheck to paycheck, and they did not want me to have to experience the fear that goes along with that. They wanted me to go to college so I could get a good job, so I could get a better paying job than what they had, so I wouldn't have to worry about money. In junior high, I was bused out to a math science magnet school 45 minutes from my home so I could take accelerated classes, so I would not only go to college, but so I would get into a good college. I went to the University of San Diego and earned my bachelor's in English and a secondary teaching credential. I wanted to teach because teachers had helped me. One day in my senior year, my favorite literature professor pulled me aside. He said, "You should consider going to graduate school. Doesn't Dr. Brandt sound good?" Yes, Dr. Brandt sounded really good. That day in my professor's office, I came to believe not only that I belonged in college, but that I was smart enough to teach college. At the end of this semester, I will have 17 years of teaching experience. I have taught high school, community college, and university level classes. My parents are proud of me. Their daughter teaches at a college. What this means to them is that their hopes for me to have a better life were realized. What that means for me is I live paycheck to paycheck, just like they did, but add student loans to the stack of bills. I have earned a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, and a master's of fine art. And I am less financially secure than my parents were. Right now, my dad is retired in Florida and living off of his pension with full benefits. I have no benefits. I have no pension plan. I am on a semester by semester contract. That means that every semester I may not have a job. Every semester I wait to see if I will be offered a contract. Sometimes it comes a few weeks before classes start. Sometimes it comes after I have already started teaching without pay. I work hard at my job. I am an experienced teacher. I am an innovative teacher. She seriously is. And in the words of the State of North Carolina Department of Public Instruction, I am a highly qualified teacher. I love teaching, but I am tired. I am stressed out with fear of being one step away from financial ruin. I am angry that I am paid less than my dad earns putting bags on planes. People always say that teachers are important, that good teachers are important, but adjuncts, the teachers who teach the majority of college classes, are seen as temporary employees who will find a real job someday and move on. Do you want to spend 2 years of your college career in classes taught by people that the university sees as easily replaceable? As just here, until they get the job they really want? Or do you want teachers who are invested in your education at a university that recognizes the importance of hiring and keeping good teachers? I'm going to read a poem that sums up her feelings about the job. I, adjunct. I have explained the difference between effect and affect and made it stick. I have identified run-on sentences longer than a 1970s guitar solo, and my students have successfully added punctuation to correct the errors. I have made more people realize the correct spelling of grammar than there are tweets about Parks and Rec. Hashtag I'm not crying. Hashtag Parks Farewell. I have created assignments with more relatability than a whole series of Walking Dead memes. That awkward moment when you realize you have no thesis statement. I have demonstrated the use of sentence fragments for effect. I have read personal narratives about career-ending snowboarding accidents, about mothers hospitalized for mental disorders, about the deaths of friends. I have read issue papers about the misuse of Adderall by college students seeking focus, about false promises, about choosing majors based on House and Gray's Anatomy, about semi-permeable concrete. I have adjusted my assignments to reflect current technology at Adjunct, hashtag multimodal, hashtag freshman comp. I have carefully read and commented on tens of thousands of drafts. I have helped future biochemical engineers, future nurses, future risk analysts, future investment bankers, future graphic designers, future orthodontists, future dancers, future studio musicians, future restaurateurs, and future unknowns find joy in writing. I have stood at the fronts of more classes and I have knelt at the sides of more desks than there are BuzzFeed quizzes. What type of teacher are you? You got Professor Dumbledore. I have been paid less than bartenders, fast food restaurant managers, and department store associates. I have no benefits package. I have no job security. I have zero opportunity for advancement. I am adjunct. Thank you.
I'm David Wilson of Froula, and I'm not an adjunct professor. I'm a full professor.